Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Angry Asian America on ISAtv. I'm Phil.
And I'm Jenny.
And I'm Maulik Pancholy.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Alright, this episode we are joined by a very special guest, Maulik Pancholy. You know him from shows like 30 Rock, Sanjay+Craig, but he's also here on behalf of the White House. He works for the President's Advisory Commission on Asian Americans and Pacific Islander. Maulik, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Oh, this is my first time on Angry Asian America.
Yes.
Even though I'm a very angry person.
You are?
No, I'm not. But there are some things that I do get angry about.
So in today's episode, we are going to focus on the very important topic of anti-bullying. And conveniently enough, Maulik is like kind of an expert because the President's Advisory Commission is working on it. So can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are working on?
Yeah, I mean, when I got appointed to the commission, I think like a year and a half ago, it was really important to me that we look at bullying in the ways that it's affecting the Asian American community in particular. So we've created this campaign called Act to Change. We're launching a website on October 15th called acttochange.org, and it's going to have a ton of resources, videos, how to report if you're being bullied, a place for kids, I think, to just like to express what's going on with them and to understand that they're not alone in the situation, and to really address how bullying affects the Asian American community, which is sometimes, you know, it's sometimes different than how it affects the community at large because of language issues or cultural issues or religious issues, you know, appearance stuff that might be different.
I think it's really important that something like this exists, that you're creating an intentional space because, you know, people talk about bullying all the time and everyone experiences bullying, but I think a lot of the times it gets dismissed as something like, oh, kids will be kids, like this stuff happens all the time, you know, like just buck up and deal with it, you know, it happens all the time like that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we did a number of listening sessions around the country where we got to actually talk to kids about their experiences, and like, you know, if a kid comes home and is like, I was called a terrorist at school today, that their parents don't really understand the severity of that or don't understand how that might affect their ability to do well at school or feel safe. They're just like, well, it was just a name, go in your room and do your homework and do well. You know, we also heard that teachers don't often know how to be culturally sensitive. We heard a story about a Sikh American student who wears a turban to school who raised his hand and said he couldn't hear the teacher, and the teacher said, well, maybe if you took that thing off your head.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you have some, experience with getting bullied yourself when you were growing up?
Yeah, you know, for me it was never super severe, and again, not to belittle it, because I think any environment where you feel like you can't be yourself or you feel unsafe is damaging. But for me, I was like scrawny, nerdy little kid. I had like glasses and braces and zits, and I was not one of the cool kids, and certainly I was like excluded from parties and called a nerd and just made to feel like I was less than. I was gay and, you know, was struggling with that in a pretty conservative town where I grew up, and, you know, there were no other out kids or faculty at my school, and I would definitely get called names around that. Have you guys had like experiences?
Yeah, I was born in Taiwan and I came to the States when I was very little, and the only time I had ever experienced physical assault was in the 4th grade by this like little white kid named Gene who like socked me in the stomach and called me a chink.
Wow.
Yeah, and apparently he had campaigned to like my other friends who happened to be white girls at the time, to like not be my friend. I found this out later.
Gene, you suck, dude.
Yeah, pull it together.
Come on, man.
I wonder what Gene's doing now.
I mean, I totally get that about singling you out and then like singling in on a difference. You know what I mean? I have a distinct memory of being a little kid in the neighborhood and like kids being like, are you Chinese? Are you Japanese? And I'm like, I'm Korean. And they'd be like, what's that? Get out of here. And they're like,
get out of here.
You know, and they would focus like, do you guys eat rice every day? Do you use chopsticks?
Like it's gross?
And I'm like,
yeah,
I do. I don't like, you know, but then,
rice.
Yeah, rice is awesome.
We can laugh about it now, I think, and like all of us have done well in our lives and moved past that. But for some kids, it's really detrimental. You know, I mean, kids get super depressed and they have health issues and their grades start to falter. Suicide has happened because of bullying. You know, it's the effects of that can be serious, and I think that even when it's something like, do you eat rice, which sounds so ridiculous, like I can't even say it without laughing, but it made you feel like you didn't belong and that you were different, and you have to be ashamed of who you are or your culture, and that's that's what we're trying to work against, I think, with this campaign is like, and I think with the idea with Act to Change is like, let's change that environment where that's okay, you know, and if that means educating teachers and faculty to be more aware of that when that's happening, great. If that means educating young people to be like, our differences are cool and race is awesome.
It is.
You know?
It totally is.
There's a very
then that's
central
part of that
starch
too.
to our diet.
Exactly. White rice. So good for you.
So what are some of the events or activities that the campaign is doing? You mentioned a website.
Yeah. So we have a website. It's called act2change.org. So we hope everyone will go there. When you get to the website, you can actually take a pledge to act to change, which means changing the environment, making sure that people are educated, standing up for people who might be being bullied, figuring out what you can do to help yourself if you're experiencing problems. We also want people to post things on social media with the hashtag #ActToChange. So that could be Act2Change, which if you're experiencing something, you want to share a story. If you know someone, you want to share that story. If you just want to support the campaign with a picture or write something about it, just use the hashtag #ActToChange. And we've gotten a lot of great support, by the way, already. I know that George Takei did a little video for us, and Jeremy Lin did a little video for us, and so I think a lot of people are behind getting the word out, spreading awareness, and committing to make things different.
Yeah, we're behind this. Well, that's it for this episode of Angry Asian America. I want to thank our special guest, Maulik Pancholy.
Thanks for having me.
Maulik, anything else you want to plug? Last words?
I would just say, remember to check out act2change.org, take the pledge to act to change, and post on social media using the hashtag #ActToChange.
Be sure to subscribe to ISAtv, check out Phil's blog, angryasianman.com, stay in touch with us online, and we'll leave you with the angry video of the week.
And as always, stay angry.
Yeah. You're the one who makes it count. You don't want this anyhow. You've gotta get this back.
Hey, what's up, ISAtv? Dan here. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed today's episode of Angry Asian America. This episode actually came along because I actually was able to meet up with Maulik a couple days ago, and he had the time and was able to come together with Phil and Jenny to be able to film about this really, really important topic of bullying. Thank you so much, Maulik, for making the time to do this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's awesome. I really appreciate it.
We actually talked a little bit more about how ISAtv can support the commission and Maulik and what they're doing on bullying prevention. So hopefully you guys get a chance to check out more about what the White House is doing. And most importantly, please share your stories on social media. We want to hear from you below in the comment section. Let us know about what you think about this topic. And of course, subscribe for more episodes. Check out Phil, click on the buttons around you. We've got previous episodes. And definitely click on the link below about more on what's happening for bullying prevention and all the amazing things that Maulik is doing. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
This was fun. Thanks, ISAtv viewers, fans. We appreciate you. Click on Phil's face for something special. You don't know what it's going to lead you to. Could be a surprise link. Could be more Phil. Don't know.
Can I click on Phil's face?
Click.
Always appropriate. All right, thanks, guys.